what do you think of the chances of having an anti-political dynasty law passed under this administration?
Well, there are maraming proposals na ngayon, both at the House and in the Senate, no? And hopefully, this means that the uh, the legislators want to pass one. Now the question is, yung mga political dynasties ba, are they willing, or are they willing to pass a law that would affect them? And when we first put this in the Constitution, there was the question of ilagay na natin yung relationship. But
Yeah.
then, in the discussion, sabi namin that the situation might change over time. That we have to trust the Congress to put the correct provision based on the needs of the times. And so we left it to the Congress. We trusted them, and we assumed that they would love the country. They would love the country such that they're willing to put a provision that may affect their own interest. Hindi po
Let,
nangyari.
Opo, may tanong po ako dyan. No? Looking back, bilang naging miyembro po ng 1986 Constitutional Commission, pinaliwanag niyo po yung dahilan kung bakit ipinaubaya niya sa Kongreso yung pagde-define ng political dynasties. Looking back, more than 30 years later, mas malala yung political dynasties ngayon. Do you regret that decision?
Of course, we got the decision. In fact, I've been asked several times, also by interviews, and said, well, have you made mistakes in writing the Constitution? And I said, of course, we are not perfect. We're human beings. We made mistakes. But from hindsight, our two biggest mistakes was, number one, we estimated the spirit of ESTA. We overestimated it. And number two, we underestimated the greed of politicians for power and money with their business partners. From hindsight, that is probably our two biggest mistakes.
Ito pong datos na ito galing sa Anti-Dynasty Network. 20 out of 24 senators galing po sa political dynasties. 238 out of 315 members of the House of Representatives galing din sa political dynasties. In short, mas malala po ngayon. Of course, the basic question, lagi po natin pinag-uusapan ito tuwing merong push for an anti-political dynasty law. How can you do it if the very institution tasked by the Constitution to define political dynasties is infested with political dynasties?
That's a good question, isn't it? We're hoping that that there may be enough to want at least to consider it. They filed their bills for it. It may be a sign that that there is a move in Congress to say kailangan nang mag-pass tayo ng anti-dynasty kasi 36 years na eh. In other words, it's their responsibility which they have not lived up to for 36 years. Medyo nakakahiya yata yun sa kanila. So hopefully they might say, all right, we will pass it. And it doesn't mean that they cannot serve. It only means that they cannot serve under some circumstances in which it becomes a family affair to run the government. I don't know how many there are, but the World Bank at one time said that there were about 200 dynastic families in the Philippines. There are some estimates that are more, and the political dynasties have done a lot of harm to the country. As they became stronger, they also are beginning to take over the party list, which is supposed to give a voice to those who have not been heard in a democracy. And you may have the statistics already of how many of the party list congressmen have dynastic relationship. So
Mm.
it's getting worse. Even the party list has already been invaded by the political dynasties. Hopefully, there is time. So I ask always my audience and said, do you think we have a democracy today or just a fiction of it? Because we are close to that. That
Mm.
is there really a democracy in our country when it is run by a couple of families and they can have their way not only on the law but on the funds of the republic?
Mm.
Siguro, uh, I was. It should be, where is the sovereignty, right? The sovereignty under our constitution is with the people. And when you say it, they say the Philippine Statistical Authority says that yung daw poor daw is about 11% because they take 13,000 income of a family of 5. But if you ask them and you ask other studies and indexes and surveys done, the what we call how many families enjoy decent living, how
Mm.
many families do not enjoy decent living, and it's 54 to 58%. Now that is important. What that means is that the great majority of our people do not enjoy decent living.
Yeah.
So the solution is, why isn't the power of our government controlled by 58% of the poor? They
Mm.
should. They should, right? They
Opo.
should be able to control uh, the governance of the country. So yan ang solution is there.